Well, hello everybody. uh, it's been a few weeks. I know. I'm so sorry. Um, Combination of a few things. Number one, health issues, of course. They're starting to level off now, which I'm glad and I'm grateful for. I hope it stays that way. Knock on Formica or whatever the heck. Of course, this episode may or may not be sponsored by Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme, you know what? If you don't sponsor this show, I'll give the offer to Dunkin' Donuts. Someone will take me. Music, coffee, it fits. So I apologize. Welcome to episode 39 of Psycho's Platters. Once again, here in the kitchen. One of these days, I'm going to have an actual place to really record this stuff. Till then, you get me in the kitchen. All right, so let's see. First of all, I want to mention oh, and thanks, by the way. I know I got some new subscribers. I have to apologize. I've been gone for a few weeks, so I haven't been able to recognize the newbies. I haven't had much time to write an actual physical list of the new people, but you know who you are. Thank you. Please continue to spread the word on Psycho's Platters. So let's see here. Where do I want to go here? Let's go to the last concert that I went to. Can we do that? I went about two and a half weeks ago and saw Little River Band. Little River Band came out here. Yes, I know for some of you Little River Band fans, yeah, I have some on here. Tim Smith, I'll call you out. Doug Fields, you are too. I know you are. They went off and they were mentioning, well, you know, Paul, there's no original members in the band. Yeah, I know that. I know that. The original band members record under another name, Chirac, Bertels, Goebel, I think, and they're good. They really are, and they rarely ever leave Australia. Okay, Little River Band has one member that has been there on and off since 1980. A very nice, kind gentleman by the name of Wayne Nelson. Really nice man. I got to meet him, and I'll show you really quick here what did Mr. Nelson sign for Psycho. Well, for starts, I know, a little bit of glare here, sorry. The Little River Band's greatest hits on CD. Also, for vinyl, I picked this up a few days before the gig. Remember this album? Time Exposure from Little River Band. A lot of good stuff on here. Night Owls, I love. Man on Your Mind, Take It Easy on Me. Those are your big hits. Guiding Light, I like that one too. A lot of good stuff here. He signed this for me. Really, really nice. And then I told him, and I have to thank Doug Fields for this one, because I didn't have this in my collection. He had a spare from 1983, sorry for the glare, The Net from Little River Band, okay? He signed this for me too. And I admitted to him, I just got the album today, and I cannot wait to listen to it. He goes, it's a really good album, and that I would thoroughly enjoy it. I wish I had some of the other ones. It turned out that they actually did vinyl all the way to 1990. I think it was the Get Lucky album. I know it was Monsoon and then Get Lucky, and that was on the MCA label for 89 and 90. And then lastly, once again, pardon the glare on this, but they're back. Yeah, they are. I'm going to see if I can pull this out here so you don't get the glare. They are back courtesy of Frontier Records, which is an Italian label that signs new acts and prestige, let's call it prestige, classic rock acts. They got a new album called Cuts Like a Diamond, and I got the whole band to sign it. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'll give you a quick little CD review on this thing, okay? I like it. I do. It's a little different, I think, compared to the other, you know, the older Little River stuff. But I still liked it anyway. First track on here still is my favorite. It's a single off of the album The Lost and the Lonely. Go watch on YouTube here, either the single of that, or go take a look. I recorded it live from the Harley show. So either way, you're gonna have a nice one here. Cuts Like a Diamond is another one. I'm an Island I like. Pretty decent album, I have to confess, from a band that still continues in the form of legacy. My only mild beef is this, and it's not Wayne's fault, it's not the band's fault. I tried to interview them. I went through the regular proper channels of the Little River Band website. I went off and put in 2 requests and got no replies back. I really meant when I said I wanted to go off and start interviewing bands, because I want people to know some of their favorite bands. I want to do a little bit of insight. It's not no stupid 16 magazine, what's your favorite color, what do you eat, who cares about that crap. We want to get to the meat and the bones of things. Like, hey, when you made this album, what was the feeling behind it? What was there any odd instrumentation on a certain song? What was the inspiration? What's something that this band has yet to do and hasn't done it yet? In other words, like, is there a different musical style? Is there something, I want to get into insight, as much as I can for a 10-minute thing. So, the band itself, fantastic. They were nice as pie. Management, on the other hand, who's running this thing, I'm not quite happy with ya. I really am not. So, maybe sometime down the road, if they come back through, let's do an interview, please, because I really want to show the band. I want to showcase them. Okay, now I have to tell you something. Vinyl-wise, it was rough for quite a while. But finally, the floodgates trickled open a little bit. So I'm going to show you what I got going here. Goodwill and I got a mixture of Goodwill and another resale shop find. How about this? I don't find too many sealed albums. I really, really don't. But you know what? I had to get this. I know some of you are going to roll your eyes out there. I really don't care. A sealed Olivia Newton-John Soul Kiss. I know Tim likes Olivia Newton-John. Have you ever been mellow? I know that's it. But yeah, on this one here, I got to tell you, the front cover looks really good. But I like the back better. I'm such a perv. This is like a 30-year-old picture, and it's like, I don't know. I'm weird. What can I say? So let's see. Is there anybody fancy pants on here? I do actually see. It's kind of funny. She's got Lee Ritenour, jazz guitar player. He's all over this. Of course, Steve Lukather from Toto. Sorry about this, guys. I guess I should have been a little bit more prepared, but I didn't know I was going to be on here today. Tom Scott doing sax. Oh, this could be interesting. I'm going to have to somehow listen to this. A song called You Were Great, How Was I? All right. Tom Scott on sax, Lee Ritenour on guitar. Who's singing background vocals? Why, it's Carl Wilson from the Beach Boys and Christopher Cross. Really? That could be quite interesting. I can't wait to hear that little bit. Olivia, I liked Olivia. I did. I gotta confess, I haven't heard anything past the Physical album, and I know you're gonna groan when I'm like, oh, not the Physical one, but the video is so stupid. I'm sorry, I'd say that to Olivia's face, but I know it's not her fault. I'm told that was the record company that wanted to do that, and I'm like, She was sexy in a leotard. All right. Loverboy's first album. Gotta have Loverboy. This one here, of course, The Kid Is Hot Tonight, Turn Me Loose, are the two main ones on here. Pat Benatar's Live from Earth with The Shrink. I always like this one. Look at her in her, I know you can't see with the glare, in her awesome 80s sexiness. And yeah, I know I brought these guys up once before, but I did find a nice copy of Little River's Under the Wire from 1978. That's right. Lonesome Loser, The Rumor, Cool Change, okay, Middleman, all good stuff. I had a friend of mine go off and say something about the Little River Band. I know you think this is like the Little River Band show, right? He brought up that he kind of compared them to be the Australian version of the Eagles. In some songs, I can see it. Cool Change is one of them. To me, that actually smacks of that exactly. Here's one that I take this back. I did go to Vintage Stock on a couple one of these. Never saw this 12-inch though. Queen's One Vision. Yeah, from the Iron Eagle soundtrack. That's right. Stone mint condition on the old school Rainbow Capital label. Oh man, I love Queen. How about this one? I finally got a decent copy of this in my collection. Genesis selling England by the pound on the original Charisma label. You know what? We all love to look at the original Charisma label, don't we? So I'm going to show it to you. This one here, I'm not kidding you. This is Stone Mint. I can't wait to listen to this. I've always liked this label. Remember I talked to you guys about if you find things on certain labels, you snag them. Charisma is one of them. Vertigo's another. There's a bunch of them. You know, we could go all day about this. I'm going to bring up something that I'm glad Ronnie Dark's doing next month. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, this one here, boxes and boxes and boxes. Ay, ay, ay. I was about ready to rip my hair out. There was a resale shop. Somebody dumped this. Most of it was old-timey, ragtime, Manavani, Andy Williams type stuff. Whatever. Okay, so what did Paul get out of this weirdness? Let's start it off with... Okay. Hey, Mike Adams, are you watching this? I hope you are. Maybe you and Ronnie are going to get a kick out of this. I've never seen this album. This one is in stone mint condition. Columbia Pictures presents Dean Martin as Matt Helm sings songs from the Silencers. Have you ever seen the Matt Helm? That's Dean Martin's take on James Bond. It's funny. Watch him. Go rent some. You'll get a kick out of it. And it says here, Dean Martin as Matt Helm, co-starring Stella Stevens, Delia Lavi, Victor Bono. You know who Victor Bono is, kids? Anyone? From the 60s at least? He was King Tut on the Batman show. Yeah, look it up. And he also was in a few horror films too. And then the rest of them, I have no clue. Except down at the bottom, Beverly Adams as Lovely Craves It. Lovey Craves It? I don't know. I know there's like some Bond-type pun here, featuring the Slay Girls. The Slay Girls, that's funny. S-L-A-Y. Sorry. Okay. I don't get to see this that often, and this was in really, really good shape. Bozo at the Circus, yeah! Oh man, this is kind of cool. It's a Capitol record reader, and you got pictures. Yes. What idiot like me doesn't like pictures in an album? But this one here, they also have on the back here. It's kind of funny too, because Capitol Record. I don't know why they deal with Walt Disney, but it says they also had Walt Disney's Three Little Pigs and Woody Woodpecker's Talent Show, all on Capitol Records. And let's see here. Let me show you. This one's a little different. This is a kitty picture label. Now, I want to tell you truthfully, I'd probably tell you near mint on this. It's got like thumbprints. I just got to clean it off a little. All right. How about this one? You like jazz? Once again, I've been finding some weird jazz on Soma Records. The best of the Dave Rooney Trio live. Now, I'm led to believe, I quickly looked on Wikipedia and Googled Dave Rooney. I guess he actually in the 50s and 60s was well connected with people like the Rat Pack and a bunch of other old school entertainers. But it's kind of funny. I mean, it says here that he studied from the age of 9 under his father, Charles Rooney, who had first played piano with Isham Jones in the Glenn Gray Casa Loma Orchestra. And then, get this, He takes a slight turn to work in veterinary medicine. What's that? You say your dog's got a tumor? Yeah, hang on a second. I have to finish my set. All right, I know that was tasteless. I don't care. It said, admittingly, this sideline had nothing to do with music. Said to illustrate the man's incredible energy between frequent trips to distant poultry farms and I can't be making this up, and piano practice and his regular 6-night-a-week stint at the bandstand. He considered an 80-hour-a-week loafing. Oh boy. Okay, so anywho, he has with him on this, on drums, the inimitable Eddie the Mole Bourne, whose flamboyant personality and driving style should not be permitted to distract one from his many subtleties in support of moodier music. And on bass was Charles Gator, a man also of strengths and depths and surprising softnesses when called for. Like I said, this is on Soma Records, which is a Minneapolis label who is known for what? The Fenderman. That's right, Mule Skinner Blues. I got this because it was signed by the whole damn band. 50 cents. When are you going to find anything like that signed? This next one, kind of weird. Doug, maybe you can give me some light on this, or somebody out there. On Able Records. This is kind of a split album. It's got a slight cutout drill hole. The condition on this sucker, I'll show you in a minute. It's Dion sings half of this album. It says The Wanderer, The Majestic, Runaway Girl, Little Girl, King Without a Queen, and 2 others, and introducing the Glenn Stewart chorus, singing Drip Drop Donna, the Prima Donna, Ruby Baby, Be Careful of Stones That You Throw in This Little Girl on Able Records. Now, I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, because I just got this yesterday. I would probably, geez, I see a slight gash on one little bit. So, you know what? It may not be the best condition, but it's very odd. I've never seen this before, and I like Dion, but that's a first. Now, these ones here, I don't know what to think. I picked these up for 50 cents also there. There was a slight jazz bent. There was, like, for example, there was a couple Verve label albums, but they were butchered. I couldn't even save them if I wanted to. But this one here, somebody help me on this. I got here Disc Ash, and I don't know if it's ASCH Recordings, New York, Stomping at the Savoy by the Charlie Ventura Trio. Okay, on the back is Body and Soul, and the trio consists of Charlie Ventura on tenor sax and piano, and Chicago Flash on drums, recorded under the supervision of Tim Rosenkrantz at Town Hall. Now, you know, like I said, this is fragile. This sucker is super fragile. Now, I wish, of course, I could tell you this was in mint. It's not. I would say VG, okay? But the point is, I'm like, what? I said, what is this? Maybe some of you jazz people out there are going to know. This one I thought was kind of half interesting, too. This one here, not licensed for broadcast. So in other words, I found another promo on Black and White Records. Okay? This one here says Charlie Ventura and his sextet. All right? The one I told you was Ventura. This one's Venturo. So I'm wondering if he kind of like, if somebody, you know, typoed or something else. But it says Charlie Ventura, tenor sax, Charlie Kennedy, alto sax, Red Rodney, trump, Teddy Napoleon, piano, Red Callender, bass, Alan Roos, guitar, and Nick Fedule on drums. It says a little note here, VG Plus, so this is funny. This must have come from a collector. It says, we'll sometimes hang up at the very end of Chopin. By the way, the song is Chopin's Minute Waltz, with the flip side of I'm in the Mood for Love. But that's a promo. So I got a kick out of that. All right, guess what? Normally I don't do this. 39 episodes. I have a giveaway. Yeah, I know you're like, he's got a giveaway. It's not vinyl, though. It's not. Okay? I also have gotten another CD review to give really, really quick. I think he forgot that he thought I'd forget about this. DMP. What's DMP? Sorry for the glare, kids. It's the Devin Michaels Project. That's right, Devin Michaels is a friend of mine. He's a mutual friend of mine and another buddy of mine named Mike DeBolt. Devin's pretty kick-ass, I gotta confess. This man here, if you've never heard of him, don't feel bad, but you should. He has been in and out of hair metal band circles since the early 80s. That's right. His closest claim to fame, he actually was in LA Guns for a week. Why was he kicked out? Wasn't booze or drugs. Tracy Guns was pissed off at him because he was jealous. He was more musically apt than Tracy was. Shame on you, Tracy. Devin would have made your band kick more ass. But that's all right. He came back. He's doing it. This is a 3-song CD. Meet My Maker, Cry Little Sister, and Gotta Run. I gotta tell you, my 2 favorites on here. Of course I'm gonna say Meet My Maker. Why? Well, it's a kick-ass tune, but I co-wrote it. Yeah, it was something I did with Devin back in the 80s. He adjusted the lyrics a little bit. Am I on here for a co-write? No. A shame on Devin. Shame. It was all right that you did what you did with my lyrics, but there's still some of the essence. And he made it better, though. Devin made it better. Trust me. And Cry Little Sister, I really like that one, too. So, I have 2 copies of this to give. I will give away 2 copies of this. But you got to leave a comment in the post, and then I'll just draw, like, between now and next episode. I don't know. Why don't you tell me what's the latest thing that you've listened to? Okay, on vinyl or CD. Just tell me what's the latest thing that you listened to on vinyl or CD. This one, obviously, I already heard already. Little River, I already heard already. The newest thing that I listened to, believe it or not, I snagged a decent copy of Bob Dylan's No Direction Home, the soundtrack. So that's what I've been listening to. I love it. I love old school Dylan. So, like I said, you want in for the Devin Michaels 3-song CD, leave your name in a comment below, and I will pick 2 winners at my next show. Okay? Real quick shout-outs. Ronnie Dark, Wax Museum. Oh, God, I love Ronnie Dark and his Wax Museum. He changed frequencies on the radio, but guess what? You still can hear him through Facebook. Go like him on Facebook. Listen Sunday night, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, followed by the Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams. 2 stellar shows, 4 hours of ear candy. Can you take it? I know I can because I listen most of the time. I have to apologize. Last week I didn't because, well, the laptop's been a glitch, the health issue, blah, blah, blah. But we're back better than ever. Stay tuned. Next month, he is going to be doing a musical label show. God, I love it when he does this. It was one of the ones I even requested. He is going to be doing a show on Uni Records, one of my favorite labels as of the last year. Because of his show, because of Doug's record collection, I've been starting to have a better appreciation. Most people, when they think Uni Records, oh, are we talking Neil Diamond, Elton John, and maybe a Foundation single? No, we're talking more than that. This is a damn far out label, and I cannot wait to see what Ronnie and company are going to come up with this. My next suggestion, here's one for you. Doug and I were talking about this on and off for the last few weeks. Maybe at the beginning of the year, a major label, but I know you could accept to the challenge on this. I say RCA Victor from 1968 to about 74, 75. How many bands were on that label and barely got any attention, a.k.a. Stark Naked? Hey, Paul and Joey, are you listening? I'm bringing you up because Stark Naked was a kick-ass band. But outside of New York, who heard of them? Maybe some people did, I'm sorry. But I never did, and I'm a record collector. I didn't know until Ronnie's show. I'm like, who are these guys? I like them. If you like Airplane, old school Airplane, and stuff like that, go search it out. It is on CD. Better yet, go like Paul Veneer and Joey Vera on Facebook. They'll help you. Get you some copies, to buy some. You know, but they had other bands like Ides of March. Okay, they landed there. Can't, you know, I think they're finally on CD, but you couldn't find it back then. Who's another one? The Brotherhood. Ex-Paul Revere and the Raiders. Jump out the window. The damn thing should have been a classic. It should have been a tie in the top 10. It's Raiders, people. Let's see, what else? Other obscure stuff like the Hardy Boys. I'm not talking about that Hardy Boys. I'm talking about the Filmation cartoon. Remember that in the early 70s? They did 2 albums too, but it was mostly Chicago musicians were attached to that project. So RCA Victor, how about that for in the spring? That'd be a challenge in itself. That'll give Ronnie and Mike and Commander enough time to assemble the vinyl collection. Thrifty Music Collectors Group, Tim Smith and Clan. And I mean that in a nice way, the word clan. And let's see, please like and subscribe to my page. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies. I'm sorry about all the delays, but I'm kind of back. Kind of. By the way, one last apology. I tried, and I guess no wonder why Johnny Winter's management didn't bother to get back to me. We're still not sure what happened. The Johnny Winter concert for this coming Saturday was canceled. I know it wasn't Johnny's fault as far as I know, so I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I don't know who's going to be the next concert I'll get to see. That might be the last one I got for the year. I'm seeing about trying to go to Alice Cooper next month, but I'm not holding my breath. So everybody take care, God bless, rock on, and please leave comments. You may get a CD out of it. Hint, hint.